Greetings and salutations. We've returned to West Loathing again with Okasan of Lord Puddy the Beanslinger. Yes, that is a sentence. I will explain that for those who do not know in a moment. First up, J.K. Lantern.
You mean Okasan?
You're going to do this all the way for the session, aren't you?
Okasan hasn't decided yet.
Oh dear.
You missed Okasan. You were attempting to shoot and you did not hit Okasan, for Okasan is mighty he is.
Ah.
Hey, look, I'm out of the phone now.
Woo!
Keep on going. Apologies, I just need to get this thing running with the game controller. It's been a pain. Also, you get to see this thing's load up.
Yay.
There we go. Yes, next up, Surat.
We're back here, and we're still infected by that, aren't we?
Yep.
We're still looking through the ant's eye.
Yep. And finally, our delight in Yoko's return, Yoko.
Is this the stickman thing happening, but like much earlier? did we use a time machine?
I can't believe we punched a hole in the Henry Stickmin universe.
Henry Stickmin punched a hole in the Henry Stickmin universe. What are you talking about?
That is true.
At least we know who sent the box.
Yeah.
Yes! What would Henry Stickmin do?
Use the teleporter.
I think that was my favorite item in the entire series of games.
If I remember correctly, we're so disappointed that it was the correct choice for one run.
Because we were enjoying all the failures, I mean...
Yeah.
Also, if you're hearing any background noise on my part, drilling, hammering and whatnot, the neighbours are DIYing again.
Time to build additional pylons.
My life for Aya.
I always thought the Protoss were the coolest in StarCraft. Not necessarily practical, just the coolest.
Despite how pragmatic they were.
And just cartwheel away.
And then StarCraft 2 happened and it was...
Nearly identical houses, each more identical than the last.
If it gets dark, we might have a Gru.
How long is it before... It's not King's Quest, it's... What's the other one? I just remember Kokoschka started it.
What is happening?
Ah, yes, the explanations. Okasan here is a beanslinger. Pretty much a spellcaster in the Old West. And, And he's gone out to just do stuff. Let's face it, there's not really
Yay!
much plot to this
He's-
game.
He's solving problems, sometimes on purpose.
Solving problems, flushing toilets. We don't want to do that one just yet. That brings the game to an end. And we have a freaking load of side quests to do.
That's pretty much this entire game, though.
Yeah. Missing mail shipments.
The entire game being side quests reminds me of, like, something that was on Armor Games more than 10 years ago. What was it? Zombie Inglor? Zombie... Basically, the premise is you're infected by zombies. You have a month before a paladin kills you. And basically, you're doing all these random-ass quests to see if you can find a cure for yourself. And the game ends when you fight the paladin. And basically, the paladin's impossible to beat unless you finish all of the side quests. But, yeah. It wasn't a great game, but I remember killing an afternoon on it. I will burn down this house.
That's not very nice.
You're not burn down this house. This Okasan, yes, he does try to burn things down. We just never allowed him the chance.
I mean, it wasn't Okasan, but we did burn an entire house down.
Less burning down, more blowing up.
It's still burned.
Yeah.
We found Freddy's frozen custard!
This looks a bit little rocky.
Hmm. Can we eat the light?
Why do you want to eat the light?
Because it looks tasty.
Lights do not look tasty.
To be fair, he is a lantern. What do lanterns do? They illuminate, just like light bulbs.
Hmm.
All I can say is don't enable him.
I'm the girlfriend I'm supposed to.
We can always go for the bad take on the whole boyfriend girlfriend set up his case of you're there to ruin his social life, separate him from all his mates, blah 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 blah, which we know is a lot of bullshit.
Bold of you to assume I have a social life.
His social life is the Witch-like campaign right now.
Trying to have a life.
Well, looks like we're going to hell. This is fine.
We're doing the DLC.
That sound effect is familiar.
Get the
But
curse
that reminds me.
Get the curse of the monitor before it drives people crazy.
Speaking of sound effects, I don't know if you're familiar with the Willem scream.
Oh, yeah.
Now that I've heard it and realized it's in movies, takes me off the immersion.
Like that's one of the problems with stock sound effects. Like, especially if it's something that becomes a meme. The most notable of which is the Wilhelm scream. Like you hear it, and now it's like, it's such a huge distraction.
Like, stock images, I don't mind, because sometimes there's a type of cliche or picture that you need that you just can't make anymore for various reasons. So I get stock images, and usually they're like well incremented, and they're always like retouched and stuff, so you don't see that those are stock images. Sound is much harder to manipulate.
Okay, I wasn't done in there yet. Oh god, if I remember correctly, I have to do something silly to get that noted.
Just like anything else you do in this game.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Blow us up. Blow up the everything.
Is she wearing a Mario pipe on her back?
Kinda.
It looked like Crazy Pete was trying to kick her in the butt.
Maybe he was. You don't know Crazy Pete's life.
Now I'm just reminded of that one bit from Futurama with the toaster.
It's been so long I don't remember the toaster.
I just remember from a GIF. Fry was making, I guess, toast from a ghost toaster, and then the toast popped up and said, "Bo, aw," and then the other side popped up and it was an ooh, and oh, so it went ooh, and he went, ah!
I remember there were a bunch of jokes like that in one or two arcs of Sluggy Freelance where they were living in the House of the Damned. Which is, of course, that time period when Bert didn't go up. which is one of those jokes that is really stupid, but I find unreasonably hilarious. Well, Bert, we finished your life work. You can go to heaven. You can go up to heaven now. Go up, Bert! Bert, go up! Bert! Bert didn't go up.
Oh wait, that spider's dead. For a minute there I was like, why is that one upside down?
It's getting ready to break dance.
All three of them just decided to attack you at once.
Well,
You don't live through that right now.
No, not deal with that now.
why is there a carrot on the wall?
Same reason there looks like there's a turnip and a potato on on the wall.
Are we in Turnip Boy again?
Poke
Have you
you.
paid your taxes?
Oh my god, the floor actually is frozen.
Let's put it this way, when I first played through this, I never got a DLC completed. And I never figured out this maze.
This is where fire would have been useful.
Very.
So, in Colonial Williamsburg, behind the governor's palace, there is a hedge maze, and it's a small one. And there's a thing at the College of William and Mary known as the Triathlon. 3 things you're supposed to do as part of your college experience, unofficially. One is to break into the governor's palace garden at night and go through the hedge maze. One is to streak the sunken garden, and one is to swim in the Crimdell. The only one of those I did was the hedge maze late at night, and I wasn't planning to. The thing about the hedge maze is that the hedges weren't particularly thick, and I'm a skinny dude. So there were several places where, like, you clearly were not supposed to be able to walk through this part of the hedge maze. Whoops, there I go.
Was this the one where you were dealing with the drunk couple?
They weren't drunk, but yes.
Maybe someday Crazy Pete will survive a big encounter.
No, he really won't.
Well, there goes the buffalo.
The horrible part that someone makes Crazy Pete for the smalls, and yes, he does get dropped every session.
There's a lot of spiders.
Oh no.
And now there are more of them.
Oh, that's the AoE stuff that's never particularly good.
At least now no more can come out.
Yeah, you know what? This is too much of a silly place. We're leaving the DLC to go back to the main game.
Well,
Less spiders.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man. I finally watched Amazing Spider-Man 2, like, last week.
Oh dear.
Yep,
It was certainly a movie.
definitely a movie.
The problem with that movie, it had too much going on, too little development to the most of it, and the payoff wasn't worth it.
Yeah, like, it felt like 4 movies that were crammed together, and it... Yeah.
I don't
Kind of
remember
the same-
which one that movie was, or if I even saw it.
It was the second Andrew Garfield one. It's the one with Electro and Harry Osborn. And the Rhino at the very end for some reason, who admittedly was the most engaging of the villains, but was only in the movie for like 5 minutes.
I'm in the movie!
I don't know if I saw that one.
You missed nothing.
So it was basically the same problems you had with Aquaman.
Yeah, but I liked Aquaman better.
To be fair, it's a general consensus that the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 are like probably pretty much weaker than the Sam Raimi ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a shame, because, like, Andrew Garfield's a fine Peter Parker and a fine Spider-Man. He's a little bit sexy to be playing Spider-Man, but he works. He genuinely does work. I thought he was a better Peter Parker than friggin' Tobey Maguire was. Mostly because Tobey Maguire looked like he was 30 when he was supposed to be 15. Anyway, but, like, the writing for the Amazing Spider-Mans and the villains for the Amazing Spider-Man movies just don't grab me as much as the Sam Raimi movies or the MCU ones.
We haven't had a villain like Doc Ock since Spider-Man 2.
Well-
Admittedly, we did have the Vulture.
That was the first time I've ever cared about the Vulture, which is a testament to the writing of the movie and to just how good Michael Keaton is. Tombstone pizza.
Like-
I do still like Mysterio, though.
Oh yeah, it was very well done. It's a case of we have basically two normal humans with Victor and Mysterio, whatever his goddamn name is, and they're using technology to the best of ability in creative and interesting ways. Hell, they even gave us Shocker in a believable manner. Also, can someone look up the guy to tell us how we complete these last missions?
Oh, and which one do you want to complete?
Skeletons everywhere.
Okay, let's see. 'Cause I mean, you're kind of all over the place. So I'm like, what are we doing? Okay. Skeletons everywhere, huh? Let's see.
Like, on one hand, it was kind of with Far From Home or whichever one it was, the one with Mysterio, it was like, oh great, another villain with a vendetta against Stark. Can't Spider-Man's villains stand on their own? But on the other hand, Mysterio was genuinely well done, and I was curious how they were gonna make the whole illusion thing work in the movie, and they made it genuinely terrifying, and it was awesome. And, like, I love Mysterio anyway, so...
Yeah, I was going to say, the military cemetery is where you start dealing with the raids.
Touch the eternal flame.
Yeah, I was about to say touch.
Well, we've done all the lots, I believe.
Yeah, we did most of the lots. Did you find the flyer?
The flyer.
Yep. I don't know if it's an item, but there's a flyer around here that mentions a military reenactment enthusiast society.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I remember seeing that at
That's
some
held
point.
at Fort Memoriam.
Just haven't. I remember doing it the first time round. Just haven't got there. There we go.
Hup, 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 hup.
Go, Crandall.
So now we gotta find the caretaker.
I think it's this one. Oh no, we need to get out foxing up.
We need the power of foxes, you say?
No!
You can win the game, I think.
Moo.
Go, cow, go!
Moo.
Moo, moo.
Yes, I'm a real man. Skateboard.
And if you can beat all 4 games, you'll get something you need for one of the shops to open up. Are you sure you don't want to target the medic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I probably just need to disintegrate him first. There we go. Right. This targeting system.
Uh-oh.
Oh, come on, cow. Why don't you attack?
Look, I'm just a cow, okay?
I think the cow only attacks directly in front of it.
Well, that's disappointing.
Okay, so yeah, let the cow worry about guy down south there, and you worry about guy up top.
Yes.
And if you can, heal the thing there if you get a chance.
Yeah, I think I've used all my healing, all my action
well.
points. This be a puzzle fight, that's